Hi guys, my name is Aditya Santosh. I am from first year CSC Data Science A section from first semester. Today my tech talk topic is from the subject Python programming. Uh, today my today I'm going to explain why Python is used for finance and why it is used for financial purposes. What is the use of Python in this finance? So let us discuss what is a Python. Nowadays we are listening to the word Python rarely and not rarely, but also in the software companies they are mainly focusing this as a main tool, Python. Actually, Python is a high-level programming language that is used in a range of domains and technical fields. Since Python is becoming a tool for the software industries for doing programs and uh, and it's a high level built-in data structures. It is combined with dynamic typing and also scripting of or glue language to connect existing components. It's not only a high level language but also it became a basic tool for the data structures and built-in language. It's simple and easy to learn the syntax of the Python and uh, and it reduces the cost of program maintenance and it is an interpreter language which is a standard library for available in the source of binary forms without charge on for the major platforms. So let us discuss the characterized Python in the following features. Open source. Open source is the Python and the majority of supporting libraries and tools is known as the open source. Generally come with the quite flexible and open licenses. So most of the open sources such as the libraries and tools we use in them in PPTs, PowerPoints like that, and also in Microsoft Office. And interpreter. The referred C Python implementation is an interpreter of the language that translates Python code at the runtime and executable bytecode and also it is the multi-paradigm. Python supports different programming and implementation paradigms such as object orientation and functional or procedural programming. These are all related to it to the multi-paradigm and multi-purpose. Python is an interactive code development which is for the interactive. Actually, it is an interactive program for building large applications and which is used for low-level systems operators also and high-level analytics tasks. So, let us discuss our brief history of Python. Since Python was first started in 1980s by Guido van Rossum from the Netherlands. From the Netherlands, he is the one who developed this Python. He he thought it was a family circus in 1980s, and later that it became as a development the milestones. The first version of Python was released at 0.90 was the first version was released, and later that it's on 1.0, 2.0, 2000 like that in till 2014 it became its latest 3.4 it's released and and today we use the latest version that is 3.94 in 2020s and 21s. It is remarkable and sometimes confusing for the newcomers. Actually, um, it is new for the new beginners for the Python to start because it is high level programming language. So one can't one can't do program in one day and one can't complete till 5 days like that. Python ecosystem. The major feature of the Python was just being an open source programming language. It is availability of the large number of libraries. These libraries and tools which are imported in the library, imported, and it is started a separate system process such as Python development environment. Python itself has a set of large libraries and basic interpreter in different directions. If we search for one type of Python, we'll get many interpreter languages in this. So, so these are some of the syntax we use in Python in in a, in 200 into 2.5 plus 50, and output we get as 300. Since we discussed it's a floating type 300.0, it is a floating type value which gives actually it is a decimal. We call in the Python language we call it as a floating type, and we see here a log of 1, and we some when we write, if there is any mistake in the program, we'll get error in this. Since and Python user spectrum. Python does not only appeal to professional software, and it is used for casual developers and in domain experts developers. The professional software developers find in Python they might require to efficiently build large applications. Almost all programming are supported. And this type of users frames homeworks and classes, and also work on fundamental Python. The specific stack and style make most of the ecosystem very useful for the Python, and specific developers also used for the packages and frameworks have built their own applications to optimize overtime trailer and ecosystem for the specific needs. So it is nothing but most of the specific developers have paid with high packages and heavy users certain package build their for building their own applications and for creating their own innovations in this Python. This may cost to good usage and specific needs for also, and specific stack. There is a certain packages in the specific stack. It compromises among the packages such as NumPy, SciPy, NumPy. It is a symbol which provides a multidimensional array of the object, homogeneous data and heterogeneous data having same or different. It also provides functions methods to operate on this array object. SciPy it is a collection of subpackages and functions implementing standard functionality among science or finance. So it is also used for the finance as a standard functionality often needed. If for example, if one finds functions of for cubic spines interpolation as well. For the numerical integration, we use this SciPy. Matplotlib. It is most popular plotting and visualizing package for the Python. It is mainly related to the logical and math usage in the Python. Provided both 2D and 3D visualization, it is mainly related to the visualization of objects such as 2D and 3D. Pandas. Pandas builds on NumPy and provides richer classes for management, materials, analysis of time, and tabular data. It is tightly integrated with matplotlib and storages of retrieval like that. And let us discuss about technology for Python we use. With this rough times of what Python is all about, it makes step back a bit and briefly contemplate the role of technology for Python is becoming. This is a position to better judge the role already plays, and even more importantly play in financial industries of the future, and in the sense of technology and special to financial institutions. and compared to instance to biotechnology companies. So most of the Python usages are used in the biotechnology companies and compared to corporate functions like logistics. However, in recent years, the innovation also regulation banks, financial institutions, funds like that. Many bankrupts and regulations are going on for the tech. If the technology is getting increased, then the usage of Python will be more applicable, and it is not only used for the banks but also many funds and companies for the financial intermediate. The technology has become a major asset for almost financial institutions around the globe, and it is a competitive advantages for disadvantages and as well as the disadvantages. Some background information can shed light on the reasons for this development also. So coming to the topic, Python for finance. Till now we discussed about the usage of Python and its applications, technology for finance. So previous section about the role of technology in that. So the cost of technology in the finance industries. Technology is increasing business, new innovations and business are growing, and talent, technology and talent has become a barriers in the future industries to increase of the speeds, frequencies, data volumes. And this section analysis how Python is addressing several challenges in the real-time analytics. But first of one on a more fundamental level is the Python for finance from a language syntax point of view. So it is mainly related to the syntax or the grammar points that we use is most important for writing any code and in the Python. Its main it should be an intention should be also good for the Python and financial syntax. Most of the people who make their first steps in the Python in finance meta can algorithmic problem. So it's mainly related to the algorithms and problems which is related to it, and to solve a differential equations, integrations, some data like that. And little thought is given to the topics formal development process, documentation and wage and even more as an ecosystem. It is an ideal technology framework for industries. So nowadays the financial industries are using this Python as a tool for creating new projects and many more applications like that, and web developments also. This Python is used. So it is characterized of the benefits, so it is more benefit for the people who learn this Python, and usability for prototyping. It is used for production also. Thank you.